it's me again. I know it's been a couple of weeks. So for those of you out there who constantly check the website and are looking for an update, I do apologize for not getting it out there. But I'm going to cut to the chase and get to what y'all want to hear, which is a weight loss update. Last time I weighed in at 214 and a half, and this morning I weighed in at 214. And for 2 weeks, it's really not good progress. I'm going to talk about a couple reasons and then reasons why I haven't had good progress in the next couple of moments. But I did weigh in at 213 during these past few weeks. And so I definitely have, I gained back a pound. I think I was 213 this weekend. And then this morning I weighed in at 213, 214. And I think I just had a weekend where I was not being consistent. I was not being aware of my body. I was not eating when I was hungry and stopping when I was full. Again, I'm not gorging myself, but I'm not. My body has a low margin of error. And when I don't stick with that, then that's when I don't see the type of results that I'm looking for. I think the main thing that was going on for me this week, and I want to use this as an encouragement for you guys, is I wasn't on top of my spiritual game. Like what we're trying to do here, you cannot do if you're not on top of your spiritual game. I was not doing my daily quiet times. I was not reading my Bible. I wasn't praying specifically for my eating habits. I was getting complacent and comfortable. Yeah, I've lost almost 25 pounds, and that's really great, but I still have room to go. And the scale will continue to go down as long as I continue to be obedient. And so my obedience measure for this week, I'd probably give myself maybe an 80% for the past 2 weeks, maybe 75 in some areas. The first week of these past 2 weeks, I had a couple close calls. I'm going to be honest. One of my friends took me to a buffet, which is like a no-no to the buffet. That's like advanced levels of deliverance, and right now I'm not at that level. And so definitely saw my issues of eating to please other people come up, eating out of social pressure come up in the past 2 weeks. And so I definitely have had some close calls that I haven't had in a long time. And then, so I think it was that, and that I wasn't on my spiritual game, so I didn't have the spiritual food I needed during the day to help me grow and be focused and committed. And that's what I'm seeing these last 2 weeks is just 2 weeks full of distraction. Some pretty great things happened these past 2 weeks. I passed my last CPA exam. So hopefully in a couple of weeks, in a couple of months, I'll have my little certificate that says I'm a CPA. And getting caught up in that and caught up in school and some other things that are happening at work. I've just been distracted. And, I feel as if the 213 to 214, I can lose that extra pound relatively quickly, but still, it's not where I want it to be. And I think I underestimate the power of distraction, underestimate how much Satan wants me to be distracted, how much he wants me not to get the full victory over this issue. And get distracted in the everyday things. And so I think this week, that's my encouragement for you guys, as you can watch my journey, is that you have to be committed to staying focused. And a lot of times it gets hard because life happens and life gets complicated. But you gotta stay focused. And whatever we're doing for Christ, we gotta stay focused and fight to stay holy, fight to stay pure, fight to stay focused, fight to live life for Jesus. Christ, as He desires for us to live it. So please pray for me this week, because those distractions that happened these past 2 weeks are still in my life. They're not going anywhere. It's just me having the wherewithal to learn how to deal with them in a godly manner, and that I start my day off right. I continue to spiritually feed myself so I have the spiritual energy to fight this battle, because I do not need to think that I have been delivered at 25 pounds. I'm walking in faith. I'm walking in obedience and hoping that my habits will grow, that I will give myself the necessary tools to help replicate these good habits day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. But I've only been on it a couple of months, so I'm still in the beginning stages. And so every day counts, and obedience counts. And so this week I'm going for 100% of obedience. I pray that you guys do the same thing. And this week I'm going to consciously speaking out against distractions. So realizing that what's happening at the current moment is a distraction, and that I pray against it, because really my weakness is getting distracted on everything else but the thing at hand. So again, summary is that last time I checked in it was 214 and a half. Today was 214, which means I've only had a half a pound loss for these past 2 weeks. I did get down to 213, but then slid back up because I was not on top of my game. So again, pray for me this week. I'll pray for you guys, and hopefully, and I will, not hopefully, I will have better news for you the next time I do a check-in, which will be at the end of this week. No more 2 week hiatus from doing check-ins. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them at the bottom of the video or send us an email. Be more than happy to entertain that. I hope that you guys see that this is real life. It's a journey, and the journey is full of ups and the journey is full with downs. But the goal is that in totality, we have more positive days than we have negative ones. And as long as the scale keeps going down, we're moving in the right direction. Have a blessed week, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.